Mr. Prime Minister, it's a great pleasure for me to meet you again this time in Tianjin. Welcome to come to China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Tianjin Summit. Last year, you and I had a successful meeting in Japan, and the China-India relationship had reset and started anew. The two sides have illicitly implemented the important consensus we have agreed, and the bilateral exchanges and cooperation have since made new progress.
All right, so that was just a statement from Xi welcoming Prime Minister Modi. Let me go back to Einar Tangen. Just some very basic statements over there, but I found, the excerpt which we now have from Prime Minister Modi interesting, where he says, and I quote, "An agreement has been reached between our special representatives regarding border management, and the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra has been resumed." So that we know has been resumed, so that's great. But the key part, the key takeaway is that an agreement has been reached between our special representatives regarding border management. Your thoughts?
I think that's not a complete solution. I think what they're talking about is a mechanism to address the troop drawdown. So I don't see this as a major issue. It's just saying, look, baby steps, one step at a time. Trust is important. Trust was destroyed on both sides. And at this juncture, you have to rebuild it. You have to have a mechanism to do that. You have to have communications. And I think that's what he is conveying. And I think it's the right message.
We've also got more of what the Chinese president has said. This is an English translation of his opening remarks. I quote, "The world is going towards a transformation. China and India are two of the most civilizational countries. We are the world's two most populous countries and part of the global south. It's vital to be friends, a good neighbor, and the dragon and the elephant to come together." China said this in the past, and I think this is the spirit upon which these talks are taking place. Let me take that back to, who else do we have? Let me take that across to some of our other panelists. Sierra Clair, would you like to come in over here, Professor Clair, on this bonhomie between India and China based on these statements, which we're getting on a real-time basis? Your thoughts?
Yes. Well, China and Russia and all of these countries constantly repeat this talking point about the world is changing and China's going to be the leader, or Russia's going to be the leader, or whoever. But the facts on the ground haven't changed. The U.S. remains India's largest trading partner. That's not going to change anytime soon, despite the tariffs. And, the U.S. Is a very important partner to India and other nations in the global south, on important security issues like terrorism, maintaining peace. So I just don't agree with that statement. But as I said earlier, I think it's natural to have a dialogue with China. But China is not a very trustworthy partner. So any agreements or any dialogue that happens, I think the U.S. is very skeptical of those type of things coming from China.
Einar Tangen, how would you respond to that?
Obviously, Claire is not an economist. When you have 50% tariffs, that in essence makes sure that